Hello students, welcome back. Today we are going to continue with grade 7 images lesson 1, that is of magic lamps and genies. This is part 2 of lesson 1. Before moving forward, let us quickly revise what we studied in the previous video. So we studied that this is a story of two friends, Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer. Here, Huckleberry Finn is the narrator and the central character of the story. Tom Sawyer, who is a friend of Huckleberry Finn, is very smart and is successful to befool Huckleberry Finn. So, as we studied that they played a game in which they pretended to be robbers, but they were not actually the robbers. And as they got the information that the Spanish merchants and rich Arabs were going to camp in Cave Hollow, and so Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer made a plan to loot them, as they got the information that they had elephants, camels, etc. But as they went there to loot the Spaniards and Arabs, they saw that it was just a Sunday school picnic and there were small children who were just going for a picnic. And so there were no diamonds, no camels, nothing. Now, I want each one of you to keep a finger and read along with me. So, you can take out page number 3 of your images book, second para, second last line. He said there were loads of them there anyway, and he said there were Arabs there too, and elephants and things. I said, why couldn't we see them? Then he said, if I weren't so ignorant and had read a book called Don Quixote, I would have known without asking. So here Huckleberry Finn is asking that, as you told that there were elephants and other things, so where they all went? Why couldn't we see all those things? And so here Tom Sawyer replies that if Huckleberry Finn had read a book called Don Quixote, he would have not asked this question. I would have known without asking. He said it was all done by enchantment. He said there were hundreds of soldiers there and elephants. There was a mountain of treasure, he said. So, as we all know that Tom Sawyer was very smart and he always had explanations and he was always successful to befool Huckleberry Finn. And so he did the same thing here. He gave the explanation that it was all done by enchantment. That means he said that we all were hypnotized. But we had enemies which he called magicians, and they had turned the whole thing into an infant Sunday school just out of spite. I said, all right, then the thing for us to do was to go for the magicians. Tom Sawyer said, I was a numbskull. So here Tom Sawyer says that there were magicians, those who had converted all the things into a Sunday school picnic. And on this, Huckleberry Finn says that we should go and catch the magicians. Then Tom Sawyer said that Huckleberry Finn was a numbskull. Here, numbskull means a stupid person or an idiot. Now, the next paragraph on page number 3. Why, said he, a magician could call up a lot of genies, and they would hash you up like nothing. Before you could say, Jack Robinson, they are as tall as a tree and as big around as a church. So, here Tom says that the genies are as tall as a tree and as big around as a church. Well, I said, suppose we got some genies to help us. How are you going to get them? I don't know. How do they get them? So, here Huckleberry Finn asks Tom Sawyer that how can we get the genies? Now, the next paragraph on page number 4. Why, they rub an old tin lamp or an iron ring, and then the genies come tearing in, with the thunder and lightning ripping around, and the smoke rolling, and everything they are told to do, they are up and do it. They don't think twice before pulling a tree up by the roots or belting a superintendent of police over the head or any other man. So, in this paragraph, Tom Sawyer is trying to tell that a genie comes out when we rub an old tin lamp. As you all might have seen Aladdin, in which he has a genie. So, whenever he rubs the old tin lamp, a genie comes out. And how does it comes out? It comes out with the thunder and lightning. There is all around lightning and some noise, and also there is smoke all around. He tells that whatever a genie is told to do, they are compelled to do so. Now, the next para. Who makes them tear around so? Why, whoever rubs the lamp or the ring. They belong to whoever rubs the lamp or the ring, and they have got to do whatever he says. So here, Tom Sawyer is telling to Huckleberry Finn that whoever rubs the lamp, the genie belongs to that person, and the genie is compelled, or it has to do whatever the person says. If he tells them to build a palace 40 miles long out of diamonds and fill it with chewing gum or whatever you want, and fetch an emperor's daughter from China for you to marry, they have got to do it, and they have got to do it before the sunrise next morning too. So here Tom Sawyer is trying to tell that whatever order the person gives to a genie, so the genie has to fulfill all the things, whether it is to build a palace or to bring an empress daughter from China. Now, the next paragraph. And more, they have got to build that palace wherever you want it, you understand. So here, Tom Sawyer is trying to convince Huckleberry Finn to believe whatever he is saying. Well, I said, I think they are a pack of flatheads for not keeping the palace themselves. And what's more, if I were one of them, I would not drop my business and come to serve a person just because he happened to rub an old tin lamp. Here, Huckleberry Finn is saying that the genies are a pack of flatheads. Here, flatheads means to be an idiot. He's saying that genies are like idiots because they are not keeping the palace for themselves. And he's saying that if I were one of them, that means if he was a genie, he would not drop his business and come to serve a person just because somebody has rubbed a tin lamp. Moving forward, how you talk, Huckleberry Finn. You would have to appear when he rubbed it, whether you wanted to or not. Here, Tom Sawyer is telling Huckleberry Finn that what nonsense are you talking? If somebody rubbed a tin lamp, then you would have to appear whether you wish or not. Next para on page number 4. What? And I as high as a tree and as big as a church? All right then, I would appear, but I bet I would make that man climb the highest tree there was in the country. So here Huckleberry Finn says to Tom Sawyer that I would have been so high, then I would tell the man who wishes anything to climb the highest tree in the country. Shucks, it isn't any use to talk to you, Huck Finn. You don't seem to know anything somehow. Perfect pinhead. Here, in this para, Tom Sawyer says to Huck Finn that it is no use to talk to you. You don't seem to know anything. Somehow, perfect pinhead. Pinhead here means an idiot. Now, the last paragraph on page number 4. I thought all this over for 2 or 3 days, and then I reckoned I would see if there was anything in it. I got an old tin lamp and an iron ring, and went out in the woods and rubbed till I was sweating profusely, calculating to build a palace and sell it. But it wasn't any use. None of the genies appeared. So then I judged that all that stuff was only just one of Tom Sawyer's lies. So Huck Finn says that he thought about all these things for 2 or 3 days, and then he took an old tin lamp and kept rubbing it. He was sweating profusely. Profusely means he was sweating too much. And he was calculating to build a palace and sell it. But it wasn't any use. None of the genies appeared. That means when he was rubbing an old tin lamp, nothing happened. No genies appeared. And so then he realized that all this was just Tom Sawyer's lies. That means he understood at the last that as Tom Sawyer used to lie about each and everything, same way this was also one of his lies. Now let us quickly revise what we studied in this chapter. So the name of the chapter was Of Magic Lamps and Genies, which is written by Mark Twain. So we studied that there were 2 friends, Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer, and they used to play a game in which they pretended to be robbers. Then, once they got the news that the Spanish merchants and rich Arabs were going to camp in Cave Hollow, and so they made a plan to loot them. When Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer and some other friends went to loot these merchants, they found that it was just a Sunday school picnic. Tom always created such situations that everybody was compelled or forced to believe that whatever he was saying was all true. Tom Sawyer always had some explanations, and Huckleberry Finn was compelled to believe all this. Also, when Tom Sawyer said that the magicians had converted the merchants to Sunday school picnic, he was compelled to believe so. When Tom told him that when somebody rubs an old tin lamp and an iron ring, the genies come out, and so Huckleberry Finn believes in that also. And so he takes an old tin lamp and he rubs it till he was sweating profusely. But at last he realized that all that stuff was only Tom Sawyer's lies. So I hope you all enjoyed the lesson. Now let us go through the question answers given on page number 5. As you can see, answer these questions are given over there. So let us start with question number 1. Which game did Huck and his friends invent? So the answer is Huck and his friends pretended to be robbers for fun. They would hop out of the woods and go charging down on drivers and women in carts who were taking garden stuff to market. As we studied in the chapter, that they behaved or pretended to be robbers. Now, question number 2 is, what was the blazing stick a sign for? So, the answer is, the blazing stick was the sign for the gang to get together. So, whenever they wanted their gang to get together, they used a blazing stick. Next, question number 3 is, what did Huck find instead of Spaniards and Arabs? So, the answer is, Huck found a Sunday school picnic of primary class instead of Spaniards and Arabs. As we studied in the chapter, that when they went to loot the Spaniards and Arabs, they found that it was just a Sunday school picnic. Next, question number 4. What happened at the Sunday school picnic? So, the answer is, Huck and his friends busted the Sunday school picnic up. They chased the children up the hollow, but they never got anything except some donuts and jam. Ben Ruggles got a rag doll, and Joe Harper got a hymn book and a tract. Then the teacher charged in and made them drop everything and run. So, as we studied in the chapter, that it was just a Sunday school picnic, and when they went, they saw that there were some donuts and jam and nothing else. Next, question number 5 is, what reason did Tom give Huck for not being able to see the diamonds and Arabs? So, the answer is, Tom said that it was all done by enchantment. He said if Huck weren't so ignorant and had read a book called Don Quixote, he would have known without asking. So, Tom gave this reason that all this was done by the magicians. The magicians converted the diamonds, the Arabs, into Sunday school picnic, and that's the reason they couldn't see anything. Now, the last question. What did Huck do to see if Tom was telling the truth? What did he find? So, the answer is, Huck got an old tin lamp and an iron ring and went out in the woods and rubbed till he was sweating profusely, but none of the genies appeared. So then he realized that all that Tom had been lying. That means he understood that nothing was happening with the old tin lamp and everything whatever Tom said was just a lie. Assignments and worksheets are given in the description box. Also, you can complete the question answers in your notebook. Till then, stay home, stay safe, keep washing your hands. Thank you.